Hello and welcome to your morning practice. My name is Keegan, the Balanced Nomad, and today I'm going to be guiding you through this gentle morning yoga practice to help you ease into your day. We're going to start in a seated position, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's crossed legs like me, maybe up on a block if you have one at home, or optional to be in hero pose, but anything that feels suitable for you. You can shut down the eyes. We're just going to connect with the breath for a few moments before we start moving. Slightly lengthening the inhales and the exhales. Finding 2 more deep breaths here. And we can start moving. You can keep the eyes shut down if that feels comfortable for you, or you can blink them open. We're just going to start on an inhale, bringing the arms above the head, touching our fingertips. Exhaling, bringing those palms down to the mat. Inhaling, arms up. And exhaling, hands down. Just syncing breath with movement here. Inhaling up. And releasing, hands down. Finding this twice more, just moving at your own pace. And last one, releasing, hands down. And if eyes were shut down, just blinking them open here. And taking some neck circles from here, you can bring hands just on top of the knees. We're going to bring right ear over to the right shoulder, bringing the head behind and rolling it forwards. Once again, syncing breath with movement, inhaling the head back, and exhaling, releasing forward. Just moving at a pace that feels good here. And once you've made it back over to the right side, just bringing the head up to neutral. We're going to find these circles in the opposite direction. So bringing left ear to left shoulder. Inhaling, bringing head behind. And exhaling, rolling the head forward. Just repeating this to your own breath rhythm. And the next time you find your left ear over your left shoulder, just bringing the head up to neutral here. We can bring fingertips to the top of the shoulders, just finding some circles with the shoulders. Inhaling, bringing the elbows forward, and exhaling, drawing a big circle, bringing them back. Inhaling ourselves forward. And exhaling ourselves backward, really bringing the entire upper body into these circles, rounding out, and then opening through the chest. And reversing the direction of these circles. And last one, just releasing the arms down. We can open up the legs, finding a straddle position here. Just moving to whatever length is comfortable for us, not forcing ourselves to push super hard here. We're just easing into the day. We're not trying to put all this pressure on our body right when we wake up. And we can inhale the arms up. We're gonna find some side bends from here. Leaning over to the left side, grabbing onto either the left shin, ankle, or maybe the foot if you can reach with that left hand, and reaching up with the right arm, keeping chest nice and lifted. We're not rocking forward here, but staying nice and open in that right side body. On an inhale, just lifting ourselves back up and leaning over to the right, grabbing onto shin, ankle, or foot with the right hand. Stretching through that left side body, keeping chest nice and open here. And inhaling ourselves upward. We can find a forward fold from here. So exhaling, hinging from the hips, maybe coming to fingertips, or optional to come to palms if you have that space available, and just dropping the head. Feeling a nice stretch in the inner thighs here. Trying to release with the exhale, maybe seeing if we can move a little bit deeper into this position. And walking ourselves up with the fingertips. And we can release the hips here, just finding a windshield wiper motion, swaying knees from side to side. And meeting in tabletop. So coming with hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. We're gonna move to thread the needle here, getting a little spinal rotation. We're gonna inhale that right arm up straight. And on an exhale, bringing that right shoulder to the mat, threading underneath. We can keep that left hand pressed beside the face or maybe reaching above us. Also optional to bend that arm for that right thigh crease. So just choosing whatever arm variation feels most appropriate for you. Remember, one variation isn't better than the other. It's just gonna be a different sensation. So just meet yourself where you're at this morning. And releasing out of this pose, just bringing that left hand back beside the face if you had a different arm variation. And on an inhale, stretching through that right arm, bringing the right fingertips to the sky. Maybe you can find a little extra depth here. And coming back to our tabletop, we're gonna find thread the needle on the opposite side. So this time inhaling, stretching that left arm up and bringing the left shoulder blade to the mat. Once again, choosing our arm variation, maybe hand stays pressed beside the face, reaching overhead, or optional to bring it bent behind you, reaching for that left thigh crease. Once again, maybe on our exhales, we can move slightly deeper into this twist, finding a bit more space. And if left hand wasn't beside the face, just bringing it back here on an inhale, stretching through that left arm. Maybe there's a bit more space in the shoulders. And we come back to our tabletop position. And from here, peeling ourselves up into our first downward dog. So taking it nice and slow, tucking the toes and peeling ourselves upward. Heels may or may not reach the mat at this point. There's no need to force it at all. Just let yourself be where you are. Maybe you like to take some sways with the hips or bending into the knees, stretching out through the calves and the back of the legs. Anything that feels good for you here. And we're gonna inhale that left leg up, coming into our three-legged dog. Bringing that left knee in towards the chest and dropping it down, coming to our low lunge. You can be on your fingertips here or maybe on palms if you have the depth. Also optional to come up onto the knee if this feels good. If you want a more low energy variation, you can just stay nice and low here, sinking into the hips. And finding a twist from here, we're just gonna tuck those back toes, lifting up the right leg and inhaling that left arm up straight, finding a twist. If this is too intense for you, also feel free to keep that back knee on the mat. And releasing that left hand back down and bringing that right knee down as well. We're just gonna find a little twist from here, maybe walking that left foot out a bit and bringing that left hand to the top of the knee and just bringing gaze behind us. If it's available for you, maybe reaching back and grabbing on to the right toes with the left hand. And very carefully releasing that foot if you took a hold of the right toes. And from here, we're just gonna come back to our downward facing dog. So tucking those right toes, lifting up through that right leg and walking ourselves back. Once again, maybe taking some movement, releasing through that deep hip stretch. And maybe finding a few breaths, coming to stillness in our downward dog. And this time on an inhale, lifting that right leg, coming to our three-legged dog. On an inhale, bringing that right knee to the chest and dropping the right foot, coming to our low lunge on the opposite side. Once again, choosing to stay up on fingertips, palms. If you have a bit more energy, maybe coming up onto the knee, but really just meet yourself where you're at. Choose what feels best for you. And coming into our twist, planting that left hand down, tucking those back left toes, lifting up through the leg and coming to our easy twist. Also optional to drop that back knee if that's a little bit too much for you this morning. And if that back knee was lifted, just dropping it down, slightly walking that right foot up, finding our twist from here, bringing right hand to the top of the right knee, looking over our shoulder. And if it's available, maybe bending into that left leg and reaching back to grab the toes, finding a quad stretch here. Releasing that back foot and peeling up again into our downward dog, lifting through that left leg, stepping back, choosing stillness or maybe a bit of movement here. And walking ourselves to the back of the mat, we're gonna slowly peel ourselves up vertebrae by vertebrae and rolling shoulders back. And just finding some standing side bends, keeping feet together. We're gonna inhale, arms overhead, bringing fingertips together, reaching up with the index fingers, thumbs are together. On an inhale, reaching up, long, strong spine. And on an exhale, folding ourselves over to the right, reaching through that left side body, keeping our alignment in check, trying to see if we can bring that right shoulder forward and that left hip forward. Keeping it nice and square here. And on an inhale, bringing ourselves back up, reaching up, and exhaling, bending ourselves over to the left. Once again, remaining square, bringing that left shoulder forward and right hip forward. Breathing into that right side body. And inhaling ourselves up here, releasing down through the hands and opening through the legs. We're just gonna find a forward fold with our wide legs here. So inhaling, arms up, and exhaling, folding ourselves forward. Reaching for whatever is available, maybe just down in front of you, or reaching for the heels. Pulling yourselves towards the legs. Trying to imagine you can bring your forehead to the mat. So keeping a little bit of resistance in the legs and the arms. And if you're grabbing onto the heels, just walking hands in front of you, heel toeing the feet in to about hip distance, just moving to our malasana, our yogi squat, to come to seated. And we can release down onto the glutes, coming to a cross-leg position, and just closing out our practice from here. Once again, shutting down the eyes, reconnecting with the breath. And we can bring hands in prayer in front of the heart. Inhaling for a chant of Om. Om. Bringing hands to the forehead and bowing ourselves forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here with me this morning. If you enjoyed this class, definitely check out my other gentle morning yoga practices. I have tons here on YouTube. They're some of my favorite classes to make. So definitely let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this one, and I hope to practice with you very soon.